Hey everybody, it's Thursday. It's closing in on noon about now, so you're probably having lunch. I'll be sending this out to you in a little bit. I wanted to share with you the prayer of St. Francis today. It will be again in your Sunday worship, whether you listen on the radio or watch it on the Facebook or YouTube, doesn't matter. But this prayer you've probably heard and may be familiar with, but may not have known it was called the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. Part of my thought in going here today, as I have looked at how God has created all of us in our image, our ability to think, to articulate, to behave, and to act, that we are created with the DNA of God inside of us from birth, from conception, if you would. Along with that, we are created with what I would call a holy, healthy imagination. Some of us, of course, are more visual than others, and some of us dream bigger than others. But as I read to you the prayer of St. Francis today, I want you to flip the switch on your imagination. I want you to let your dreams run. Let your hopes be bigger, much in the same way a child would imagine what they might get for Christmas. My brother and I, we could see ourselves playing with the things we hope to get long before we would ever even know if we had got them. For our imaginations were alive, and we felt a part of things even before they happened. Why, we might even call that prophecy to some degree. But hear the prayer of St. Francis, if you don't mind. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light, and where there is sadness, joy. Divine God, divine Master, St. Francis says, grant that I might not seek to be consoled, but to console. Not so much to be understood, but to understand. Not so much to be loved, but to love. Because it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardon that we are pardoned, it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Wow. Now here's the imagination part. Can you imagine what our world would be like if everyone adopted this prayer as their life principle, as their ethos, as their principal policy with how they make decisions in the world? We tend to vote on our Christian values sometimes. We believe this and therefore we want that. But what if we started looking for this in one another? What if this became our mantra of life? And of course, worldwide, there would have to be 6 million people plus who would adopt this as their life principle. But let's bring it back home, just to your home. How much happiness would be in your home if this was your ethos? What about our church? If all of us, our number one goal was to understand instead of insist that we be understood, was to sow help and hope and peace where there's been injury, pardon, or hurt. What if our life focus was on the benefit of others? Can you imagine what a church might be like? Can you imagine if that became contagious and walked across the street and down the road, and every church in our community decided this is all that matters? What if it were to infect, and we all understand infection right now, don't we? What if it were to infect our government? Ooh, can you imagine? Can you imagine if the Senate, the House, and the President, the Governor, the Legislature, what if they all sat down at a table and said, what can I do for you? Let's make it happen. How can I care? How can I comfort? How can I love? How can I engage? Unfortunately, too many of us have decided that, well, that's never going to happen. What a sad motto. What a sad mantra. Hey, everybody. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, let me sow pardon, and so on. Oh God, may we draw our line in the sand at this prayer. May we dare the darkness to cross. May we dare hatred to interfere. May we dare, oh yeah, this could be our hope. Imagine it, dream it, hope it, believe for it. It's Thursday. Think about it. Enjoy your weekend. Tune in with us Sunday. It's good to see you today.